couldn't believe that a studio wanted to make Beetlejuice because it didn't really fit into any kind of category. It was strange. I think what intrigued me is I liked the world. It was just a very open canvas, so to speak. I think that's what I was drawn to because it sort of fit into my sensibility, whatever that was. I made things just because I liked it or something connected to me. I never had any magic feeling like, oh, this is going to be this or that. It was just the chemistry was right and the elements were right. And luckily, because it was sort of lowish budget, it was sort of under the radar. When you're starting out, you have the beautiful luxury of not knowing what you're doing, you know? And so that can sometimes be a benefit. At that time, I was lucky enough to work with a bunch of people that we all kind of connected. So that's the sort of chemistry or alchemy of making a movie. For 30 years or whatever, right? And so nothing ever really clicked, but I think the time was actually very important to it because the thing that interested me about this was, seeing what happened to these characters, the Deetz family, all these years later, especially like Lydia, it was a character that I really liked. And I thought that time, though, that was what really made me want to revisit it.
It's been in the works for a very long time. I would say over 10 years, Tim's been talking about it with Michael and Catherine and Winona, and there's been ideas floated around, but it's taken that long for us to kind of get to where we are today.
For a long time, he and I thought, don't touch it until we figured out what we thought we should do. Privately, frankly, behind the scenes, he and I would talk about it now and then and get on the phone, discuss it. And then people started to kind of pitch things and nothing was really working.
Everything was very sort of top secret. Every year or two, I'd see Tim and we'd get into a huddle and we'd talk about it.
I had a meeting with Tim, feels like 5 years ago, I think. And he said he really wanted to do it. Then would talk to him, email once in a while throughout the years. And, there were rumors going around that Beetlejuice 2 was going to happen. And I don't know.
Tim and I were in Romania shooting Wednesday and having a conversation one night after dinner. He said, I know what I want to do next. I want to do Beetlejuice. And that kicked off a conversation, which led to him to call the cast. And within a week, we were sitting down with the writers and pitching a story.
We were on the set of Wednesday, and we would meet with Tim every morning and kind of go through the scenes. Then we got a call that he wanted to meet us after wrap one night.
Which is highly unusual.
Highly unusual. We were like, I hope nothing's wrong. And we went in to the trailer and Tim told us he wanted to do a Beetlejuice sequel. It's the movie that people come up and ask him about.
I never really understood the success of the first movie anyway. So in coming up with a sequel, nothing really connected with me. So it really had to do with feeling this connection with Lydia, basically. And I remember at the time, I remember feeling those feelings and having those thoughts. And then as you go on, it's interesting to see what stays the same, relationships. So all those things was very, very, for me, made it more emotional and made it more personal and made it something that through this world, you could explore those things.